Boom, coming in hot, Chichi. How we doing, brother?
Coming in hot. Day two of your little excursion there. You learning? You still learning?
I'm learning a lot, dude. Really, I'm really enjoying this it's keynote speaker convention, or not even convention. It's the Impact 11 is the company called. So I'm enjoying it, dude. I'm learning stuff. I'm learning.
Nice.
New learning.
Well,
You
we've
know?
had good nights in a hotel room. Probably getting some. What do you get? You get food delivery in there, and you just sit there and watch Japan last night beat Mexico. Was that game? What was that? That game may have actually been better than Saturday night's USA game. And Saturday night's
Dude,
USA game is one of the greatest baseball games I've ever seen in my life. It's just unbelievable.
dude, it's something. And this WBC, that's what it does, because these guys are the adrenaline that they have, the want that they have, the purpose that they have is so different because it's your country. And I think that's what WBC does. So that's why it brings out the best in guys in the most clutch situations. And, that game last night, I remember I was across the street. I mean, I was getting dinner last night with the whole group and, was talking to somebody, and we were at this little like Dave and Buster's kind of thing. And I looked up at the screen. It was 3-0 Mexico in the seventh. And I'm like, wow, looks like Mexico's going to win. And then I get a text from my son, Jake, you watching this game? And then I'm like, oh, my God. So then I go try and check the highlights, and I see Yoshida comes up in the eighth, 2 outs, hits a home run down the right field line, and it ends up hitting the foul pole to tie it at 3. It was incredible. And there's a ton of Japanese fans there, too. So they went crazy. But then I saw that Mexico came back, and they took the lead, right? And then all of a sudden, it looks like, okay, then Mexico's definitely going to win it. And then, bam, here we go.
Craziest
right,
thing.
Jim?
I'm watching Ohtani walk, and I'm like, oh my God, Ohtani's leading off down by 1 in the bottom of the ninth. Boom! Crushes a double. I thought he was almost going to go for 3. Stands at second, starts going nuts. Post-game interview, I forget which network it was on. My apologies, but he was asked. He's like, it seemed like once you got to second base, you knew you guys were going to win that game. His answer was, well, before that, when I was walking to the plate, I knew I was getting on base. So that's part 1. And he's that good that he can say that. Not everybody can say that and be like, oh, okay, I'm sure you did. I sincerely believe that he knew walking up to plate, like, okay, I'm going to get on base. I hope everybody else does their job. You can't, that's how good he is at baseball.
It's true, man. This guy's, he's like Superman right now, who he is and what he's doing. So, Shohei doubles, incredible. And then Yoshida, who's going to the Red Sox, who signed the 5-year deal with the Red Sox for $90 million.
Mm-hmm.
He walks.
Great at bat.
So he already hit the 3-run homer. Then he walks, got first and second. And Murakami comes up, and I believe then he hits that double in the gap. But dude, that was just missed 4 feet from being a home run. Hits off the middle of the wall. The 2-run score to win it. It was an incredible walk-off. The crowd's going crazy. It was like a great crowd of, the good crowds from Mexico and Japan at the WBC. But, even on the mentality of a hitter, dude, I think Murakami was 0 for 4, 3 punch-outs coming into that at-bat. But it doesn't matter. I always tell people, you're 1 pitch away. You're 1 pitch away from having the night of your life. You're the night of your life. And so just to see that game, man, and just to reiterate, this WBC is a great thing for baseball. It's, the USA jerseys that have been in the crowd, the last few night times they've played, and just the Venezuela crowd, the Puerto Rico Dominican game was incredible. The 35,000 people. I have a guy here at this conference that was at that game, Puerto Rico Dominican. He's like, it was literally like a party for 9 innings, like dancing, cheering, chanting for 9 innings. And literally what I was thinking of from a network point of view or whatever, they should be doing a documentary. These new documentaries with full swing. They should be doing a documentary on Puerto Rico, Dominican, Latin baseball, Latino, a series where you go to Latin America in the offseason or Japan.
Yeah.
And you go to these countries and you do a series about who are these guys and why is it so big, such a big deal playing in your own town. And I just think that would be a great idea
culturally, culturally of the human beings, right? Mexico is such a passionate baseball place, and now the world knows because they played their tails off. They didn't lose. It's just the other team won. I really kind of believe that. Yeah. And then like you say, the culture and stuff. I loved when a game ended after they were all done celebrating. The entire Japanese team lined the third baseline and bowed to their fans. That's part one, which I was like, wow, that's really cool. I hadn't noticed that in any other games. And then there's this thing circulating on the internet. Somebody zoomed in the back after the game was over. There was there were a bunch of Mexican fans sitting next to a bunch of Japanese fans, and the Japanese guy standing closest to the Mexican guy turns to him, bows, and the two of them hugged. The Mexican. When do you ever see fans like you see Red Sox, Yankees fans hugging after a walk-off home run?
Yeah,
I do not believe so. I do not believe so. So it's just really cool because it's almost like the Olympics. It's almost like you're rooting for everybody. Like I was rooting for every team that played. Like any storyline, you know, especially like in America, we have guys who didn't really make it to the big leagues who get to go play for Team Australia. And you know, do something and make it part of their career and a memorable part of their career. You know, I just think it's a great thing.
That's a great point, Chance. Yeah, and like you say, Team Italy, you got guys that, you know, like Australia, guys that, you know, that aren't necessarily in the big leagues, but they get a shot at, man, I played in front of 40,000 people in the WBC and the biggest stage. Australia lost 4-3 to Cuba.
I know they almost got
in. Yeah, I was saying to my son Andrew. It's a great point you made, Chinch, because I was saying to my son Andrew, I felt the same way. Every country I watched, I felt bad if they lost.
Yeah,
and we were making the point like this is what the great thing about sports is. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. But at the end of the day, it's the competition. It's the chance to show off your skills, your talents, you know, your God-given abilities, and go out there and perform. And on this stage, you actually get to perform for your country. And I think that's why we feel it in our hearts, just like every other country does.
Yes. Now, let's get all this feel-good stuff out of the way. Because I know Mark DeRosa wasn't sitting there last night going, oh, good job, guys. Mark DeRosa was sitting there last night doing hammer curls, just writing up his lineup for tonight, trying to figure out who was starting, who's doing whatever. He didn't even tip. I guess Bob Nightingale asked D-Row, he's like, who's your starter? And he was like, well, you know, this guy seems lined up, but we're going to have some discussions about it. He's almost playing that like, you know, in college where it's like, you guys starting a lefty or righty? Oh, you find out when he gets to the mound, like that kind of thing. I'm all for that. Japan now is very interesting. Obviously, Ohtani wasn't going to start, but he said he's ready in relief. However, they're not starting Darvish. So that's interesting. Yeah. But again, everybody's pitching. Anybody who can pitch can pitch. Anybody can hit can hit. Anybody who can pinch run can pinch run. This is Game 7 of the World Series to me in every way, especially how you manage it. No question, right? Dude,
it's so true. I really believe, you know how obviously the teams still have control of some of these guys where they're like, hey, this guy can only throw certain innings and pitches. Hey, maybe this, you know, maybe one of the players, we don't want these guys to get hurt. These players on both sides of the team are coming into the manager's office saying, I don't care what anyone says, like, I'm available. I will pitch. I can hit. I can come off the bench. You need me to pinch run, whatever you need me to do. Like, these players are all invested in tonight's game, dude. There's no doubt about it. And like you said, we will see Ohtani tonight. We will see Ohtani tonight. And if it's late to bridge that gap, dude, if it's late in the game, you could see Ohtani go 7, 8, 9. Who knows? We're going to see Ohtani tonight on the mound. There's no doubt about it.
I'm so proud we talked about this yesterday. We are now even that much closer to 9th inning Ohtani Trout.
And Trout.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry. This is like Jordan. You know, this is like Magic Bird, and they're on the same team. It's not even like Magic Bird. It's cooler than Magic Bird. They're gonna have to go. Can you imagine? Oh, hold on, who's the home team? I got to see who the home team is.
It's like Jordan versus Pippen in their prime.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it would be like, you know, like Magic Johnson versus Kareem.
Yeah,
you know, just for one night only.
Here's the other thing. Well, let's just wait. Oh, Japan's the home team. So how about this? How about the United States up by 1?
Yeah.
Trout at the plate with a chance to. This is what's going to happen tonight. Ready? I'm going to say it. Trout's going to be up.
Right.
Bases loaded. United States up by 1. Ohtani strikes him out. Ohtani due up 2nd in the inning. First guy walks. Ohtani hits a walk-off homer. Can you imagine if that happened? I'm not rooting for that. I'm not rooting for that. But I actually think this guy is that strange of a baseball player that it's like when Jeter, you knew Jeter was going to do something. I feel like I know Ohtani's going to do something tonight. I know Trout's going to do something great tonight. Who else? Name a couple guys that are going to do
How about
something.
the game's going to be tied?
Oh.
The game's going to be tied.
Okay.
4-4 in the ninth. Ohtani comes in to hold it down. You got the top of the order, which is you got the bottom part of the order. You got to go Turner, and then is it Betts?
Yes.
Trout.
Yes.
Right? Turner, and that's what he's going to face. Two guys are going to get on. He's got to come at Trout, power versus power. Trout hits a bomb, freaking puts him up. Presley comes in, closes it out. USA wins 6-4.
I mean, that's what I'm rooting for. Although I really do want to, I just really want to see them face each other with a game on the line in the ninth.
Bro, listen, and you know what I want to face? What I want to see too? Ohtani, max effort Ohtani.
Yeah, like 103.
One inning, just 102 with a 93-mile-an-hour split for you. Let's get it on. You know what I mean?
Moly. I mean, I don't think I haven't been this excited for a baseball game in a very long time. And I love baseball. We love baseball. It's my favorite sport. So, but
I think you're right, dude. I think people are locked in at another level. My cousin Jimmy texted me the other day. He's like, "Are you locked into this? This is incredible." And he lives down there in Florida, right by the Marlins. He's a Marlins fan. And he's like, "This is the greatest thing that ever happened because they don't get Marlins games get 6,000 to 10,000 people. People are in that stadium, which is an unbelievable stadium. 35,000 places, rocking, energy's incredible. WBC's, just the WBC's working, bro. The WBC." This is what I think Manfred and those guys had envisioned years ago when it started. Where it's at now, that it would be kind of like the World Cup of baseball.
Yep. Well done. Well done. Yeah. People can argue all they want about when it should be played, injuries or whatever. I don't care. Just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It ain't broke. Yeah. Right now it ain't broke. That's for sure.
They're playing. That's all we need to know.
Nice. All right. Well, that's why we got on today because we are so fired up. We want to tell we wanted you guys all to hear how excited we are because I'm sure you guys all are who listen to us too. So let's do it, man. All right. You're hopping on the plug. Are you going to be home in time for the first pitch tonight?
Dude, I think I'm gonna miss it. I'll be flying. I have to get I have to pay the $8 for the internet, 30,000 feet in the air, so I can definitely watch it. So I'm gonna watch it somehow.
You and the Yankees players, the Yankees have to pay for their internet on their flights. Remember anyway. All right, yeah. All right, bro.
I know, just like the Yankees, I knew it.
All right, guys. All right, enjoy the game tonight, everybody. We're fired up. We'll be back this week. Yes. Hey, I'm thinking we might do a little special show tomorrow. What do you think about Best of Boston? We've had so many great Boston fans on.
Oh, dude, yeah, let's do that. That'd be great, dude. We've had some great people. Best of Boston, that'll be a great idea.
Yeah, okay. That's going to be like Pedroia. That's going to be Wakefield.
Dempster, Pedroia.
Wakefield taught us how to throw a knuckleball.
Schilling, Wakefield.
I'm throwing Peter Gammons in there, too, because he's the best of Boston.
Yeah, Peter Gammons, dude. He threw BP to Boston, to the guy, to Ted Williams.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Enjoy the game.
All right, brother. All right, Chichi. Have a great rest of the day, bro. And everyone out there listening, thanks for listening. Keep downloading, subscribing, doing all the goods for us. See you, brother.
See you.